And as a first thing, I would like to tell you something about come faccio? So this is what I this is what my presentation. I was invited by the IGC to show what was the the work behind the curtain, as I was saying yesterday. Okay. The Sailplane Grand Prix was organized here starting from September the 5th to the 12th of September. It was not exactly done during the best time of the year to fly, but I was asked by the IGC to do it in that time because the last qualifying Grand Prix was in July. And so they wanted to have the final just after. So I said,
it'll be too hot in no time. Just please ask them to be a little quieter. Thank you.
so I agreed to organize it in September just because in August nobody is around. And since, yes, of course. Do you know what the final Grand Prix is? I mean, what a Grand Prix is. So the International Federation thought that gliding competition are something that are not able to involve public, because you see the gliders take off, then nobody knows anything about anyone, then all of a sudden they are landing, but with the normal competition, the first who arrives is not the one who wins. It can be, but it can also be not, because you are free to choose when to start, and nobody knows when people have started. So the International Federation thought that they wanted to create something that could involve the public, because they want gliding to become a sport that can be shown and that can be also sustained by sponsors. This was the very first one was in 2000, and so this was, yes, and it was in Sisteron, if I'm not wrong.
I think New Zealand was the first.
No. Well, New Zealand was the second one. Yes. The very first one was in Sisteron, I think. I'm sure it was in France, but I don't remember. So this is the way it works. 20 gliders, because it must be a race, exactly as a Grand Prix, a car Grand Prix is. So 20 gliders that have a simultaneous start. So there is a virtual line that all of them cross, and each glider is given a tracker system, so that it is a special device that sends back to computer the signal, so that you can exactly follow all of them and you exactly know how it works and where they are. So once they have all left, you can follow, and it can be, there's a commentator, and it is shown streaming, and all over the world it's followed by the people. So they thought that in order to get to the final, you have to have qualifying Grand Prix. And so that in the qualifying Grand Prix, you can have up to 20 pilots, and the first 2 pilots qualify for the final, and the third one is reserve. Do you say reserve?
Yeah.
Yes.
Alternate.
Yes, alternate. And this is very, very interesting because it involves all the people, and there are lots of people. It is very amusing because while the competition is going on, you receive messages from the other side of the world by saying, wow, this is exciting, just push and just do that. And so, very nice. And I think that they are getting more and more popular and more successful because they really are able to involve both public, but also sponsors are attracted by that. And even because, of course, all the newspapers and all the media, televisions are interested in something which is a race, which is not too long, which is commented, which you can follow. It's like the sailing boats, America's Cup. It works exactly the same. What we have not been able or ready to do is to mix virtual images to real images, because to do that they did it in New Zealand. It cost a fortune, I think 5 million. And it was not really. It did not have the feedback that was expected. So they made a step behind. So why a final Grand Prix here? François? Dove?
In basso a destra del tuo schermo. Dietro.
Okay. So you know that this airfield is owned by Orsi's family and was founded by Adele and Giorgio. And when we had our 50th birthday, that was in 2011, because look at this picture. Oh, this is something we cannot do anymore because this is the side of Malpensa and we cannot fly there anymore at this height. But this was a picture taken in the past when Malpensa was not that big and we were allowed. So this, of course, is a windy day and it's wonderful. So we are somewhere like here. No, here. Okay, so for our 50th birthday, we thought that the best way to celebrate the Calcinate's birthday was to go back to its international spirit, the one by which it was created by Adele and Giorgio. So we decided, together with Giorgio that was still alive, that we could have hosted a qualifying Grand Prix. I was not president at the time, but I was in the board. So I was the responsible. And this is in the main square of the town. And we put the screen and it was very nice that all the people could follow what was going on. And this was the way the local authorities discovered that they could have had an image return from us. So they started looking at us with interest. While before, if we had to ask something to the local authorities, it was a very hard work and nearly impossible, very, very difficult to get them be interested in us. So this was something good. And another important thing is, I don't know if you have heard speaking about Expo. Expo was an international trade fair that usually involves all the world, and it was hosted last year in Milano. This is to say the reason why when I became president in 2013, the family asked me to become president because Giorgio Orsi had died in 2012 and the family wanted to be sure that the club was still in the same line, was still doing what the family expected. So what the family expects is that this club, this airfield, stays as a referring point not only for the Italian gliding committee pilots, but also for international. And this was a very well known, and as I was saying a few days ago, Adele invited here many pilots from all over the world, and I think that Calcinate is really a well-known airport just because of its peculiar position. It's a door open over the Alps, and this is something really wonderful. So we started receiving finance from the local authorities so that we could organize the IGC plenary meeting in 2014. And we, with the money that we received, we could make a lot of improvement to our airport. That were things that were absolutely necessary in order to have the final. So we made a new terror grid because this place, when it rains, became very marshy, so it did not allow us to take off. And having a final, you must be able to take off any time. We expanded the bar, and we had a new flight simulator that the cost of this simulator was something like 18,000 euro, just because the people who worked on it did not want to be paid. This is only what's in it, the technical things that are in it. So I really have to thank the people that are so passionate that they do it for free. We had a qualifying Grand Prix in 2014 because it was like having a general sorry? Non ho capito. Rehearsal, yes. Yeah, practicing and to see if we would have been able to organize everything and which were all the things that we had to organize. So again, we were promised by the province. So I was given 30,000 euro in 2014, and I was promised 30,000 euros in 2015 for the organization of the Grand Prix by the province. So we had the possibility to make a lot of improvements to the airfield. So we had 2 web camps. We could add the new tanks in the south because so everyone could load their water into their wings, and we put a new antenna at the Campo dei Fiori, so that's why we have such a good Wi-Fi all over the airfield. We have Wi-Fi at the camping, we have Wi-Fi also at the trailer in the southern part, so everywhere you can just unload things, watch for weather forecasts, or we made new brochures. We put a glider hanging in the Volandia Museum, and we invented and we tried to publicize, make advertisements for pilot for one day. So people walking around here started being more interested, and we made a new website, and we also were in a book, Varese Straordinaria, that was distributed at Expo. We had a press conference, and also the family made this wonderful monument outside. So we inaugurated that, and this is all the Orsi family that came for the inauguration. And this was done because they want their parents to be remembered by everybody. The people who were involved were three. You know Daniela. You don't know him because it's at the seaside now, but he is one of the members that really helps a lot. So he was taking care of anything which was connected with the competition itself. So tracking system and all the things that were needed for the competition itself. Daniela helped me as a secretary, so she has done everything together with me. I was mainly trying to find sponsors, which is a very hard work, and being in touch with all the authorities and organizing things and all the aspect that was devoted to the public. Because of course, when you organize a qualifying Grand Prix, you don't really have to do much, but the International Federation expects you to organize things that can involve as much public as possible. And I was invited by the International Federation to Lausanne because one very important thing was that Breitling was making sponsorship to FAI, and FAI chose 3 world championships to be sponsorized by the money that received from Breitling, and one of the world was our final. So going to find sponsors and saying we are already sponsored by Breitling was something very important, because so people could understand that the level of the visibility was very high. So we provided excellent technical quality. This is the screen. We had organized everything in the first hangar, not the one where the tow planes are, but in the first one where gliders are. So there were no more gliders, but there were tables, and there was a bar, and there were stuff for the people to buy, and okay, and we wanted to have happy pilots, so these were so this was the inside of the hangar. And we wanted to have a happy public. Okay, this was it. So we started looking for sponsors, trying to give them reliability, enthusiasm, and passion. That's why we had these USB cards. Inside there was a short non lo fa vedere. No, there was a film, but there was we created a 1.5 minute spot. I wanted to show you, but I don't know where it went. Probably later I'm able. And we also created a booklet with my presentation and some pictures just to show what a Grand Prix is and the way it worked, so everything was described, the way you could get your brand mark shown. Okay, so virtually it is very easy to add, so that all over the world they can see your sponsorship. Okay, so and then there is the direct streaming that allows you to follow everything. So this was the booklet. No, questo sono andata sempre avanti, sempre indietro, sorry. This is the spot. Non lo vedo. No. Come posso fare? Okay, then we also had a lot of gadgets to sell, because of course we wanted to raise money also from the public, and we had a wonderful opening ceremony. So we had umbrellas, and we made a very nice booklet that was explaining with the name of all the sponsors and all explaining what gliding is, and every day had got its own program. So the first day we had hydroplanes that were landing on the lake, and people could go around with hydroplanes, and we had a band that came here to make a concert. You see, this was our main sponsor. They gave us 25,000 euro. We put posters all over the town. And this cost a lot, because apart from the cost of the posters themselves, it cost a lot of taxes. It's something like I spent like 6,000 euro. It was, but if you have to show, so otherwise nobody comes. We had a press conference at the commune, and we have a wonderful opening ceremony with a parade of all the athletes and the kids that were there. There is a huge amount of work behind, because what is the most important thing is that you can have a good troupe of people that is making videos, making pictures, and then mount them and they show them on the streaming. The director was Brian Spreckley, and the vice director was Giorgio Ballarati. And here you can see Roland Stuck and also Gianni Maiocchi. E qui c'è un altro filmato che non c'è. So, these are all the things that had been organized. Paragliders arriving, old cars showing, hot air balloon, people that could go. And the Falconer. This was absolutely extremely interesting, and there were a lot of people that liked this. We had a wonderful team, a lot of our members that were helping. Can you see Gillian Spreckley? She was working. This was our staff at the bar inside the hangar. And these were the commentators. This is our world champion that came. And we also had a nice place where to have the podium. They were called the butterflies because they were running after me all day long. Okay, the pilots were really very happy, and the swimming pool and everything. So this was what was like. And we were so lucky with the weather. We had wonderful, super wonderful weather. And so these are the people from FAI. And these are some nice pictures. Look at the weather. September is not always like that. Yes, they are arriving. Now, I have media feedback. Look at how many people were looking. The last day we had something like 35,000 people. So the budget, this is interesting. So I had to spend 172,000 euros, and I had a very small margin, but I was absolutely frightened because the previous final Grand Prix had a loss of 200,000 euro.
Oh my God. Wonderful then.
Yeah. So it was a hard job, but it was okay. One thing I have to tell you that the province who had promised 30,000 in 2014 and 30,000 in 2015, at the beginning of the 2015, they changed administration and said, I'm sorry, I have no more money. And I was not given the 30,000. And this was a big problem. Otherwise, my budget, my balance would have been different. But it's okay. We managed, and I worked really, really very hard.
So you didn't get either 30,000, not the first year or the second?
The first year.
The first year, 2014, and then the 2015?
I have to say that when the region, Lombardia, heard that, they gave us some money that otherwise, I don't know. It was not 30,000, it was 20,000, but it helped a lot. I was desperate. When I had received that news, I was desperate. Because you can imagine, the members of the club not all of the members of the club like hosting these things, because they think that they are disturbing. They don't understand that all the improvement that have been left to the airfield were for free. So I did not get money. I mean, I just got 500 euro, but all the things that had been done to the structure remains, and that was for So I want to show you, if I can, the movie. E faccio this one. That summarizes. These are Tilo's kids. Mint. Bonsoir.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Sailplane Grand Prix in Varese in Italy. Just behind you over there is Milan, and behind me you can see Monte Rosa with fresh snow from the storm we had last night. And we have a fantastic new air mess today. The depression has gone through and we've now got high pressure building and a chance of a gin clear sky and the prospect of some fantastic racing. Margot, very quickly. Margot's the president of the club and done a fantastic job organising this event. Tell us a little bit about the club.
The club is the best club of Italy.
Of course.
No, it's a wonderful club that was born in 1961, created by Giorgio and Adele Orsi, and we are trying to keep up the name exactly as it was when it was built, it was created.
I have to say, it is one of the most spectacular places I've ever been to. It is absolutely beautiful. And thank you for organising the weather today.
Yes, I put great effort in it, and I succeeded.
Hello. It's much more fun to talk to you than it is to Roman.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell us, how's your competition been?
Oh, I don't know. I was in this year, you mean? So I love this airport because it's very nice. The people are beautiful and very friendly, and there is a swimming pool, so it's very nice to be a crew here.
Very well done yesterday, fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you. Yesterday was gone, but has gone. But today is another day. You know, with the Grand Prix is always 10 point or 0 point is possible. So we have to fight.
He's the winner. You see, this is the virtual line. This is the hangar, how it was. Every day there is a prize giving. And that's it. It's a huge amount of work.
On budget. Yeah, that is impressive.
Okay. So have you got any question? Yes?
Not a question, just
But?
a comment. For all the work Margot did, she got this year the highest honor that's awarded to a woman glider pilot, the Majewska Medal.
Yes, it was a very, very big surprise to me. I did not
Go
think.
to Bali together.
Yes, I must say that I did not expect, because I don't think I deserve it, because well, what I do, it's just because I have a big passion for this. And you see this Fly Pink? I tried very hard to create a women group, and I worked a lot on it, and I succeeded to put 50 girls that have got the same passion. But it's so difficult. No one, apart from her, which is new, because, but the old ones, so I created it 10 years ago. I made a lot of things, meetings, seminars. I tried to involve them in competitions, but it's very, very, very difficult. the result is this. No one is here. So,
Well, we're here. We're here.
no, I mean yes, of the group. And I would have loved this because I think that meeting other women is just fantastic because we can share the same feelings, the same worries, the same passion. Yes, it's nice. And so, and even, in my opinion, even meeting people from abroad, that we have different culture, different habits, different way of facing things. It's absolutely interesting, and it lets you grow up. So, so I'm really very, very happy I could meet you. Okay, so if you have questions about that, or we can just sort of go on. Yes?
What, as an organizer of an international event, what did you find was your biggest challenge with the organizing the event?
I would say it was, of course, money, because without money you cannot do anything. But also involving public, because this is a real challenge. You know, I did not want to have it in August because in August everyone is on holiday. And we are here in Varese, we are in a very nice position because we are very, very close to the town, and there's a pedestrian way that passes, which makes the tour of the lake. So. But in spite of organizing all those things during the week, in spite of having, I don't know, old cards or paragliders, it was very difficult to have people. They came at about 5 o'clock at the end of their jobs. So this is something that is still very difficult. And, but we are working on that, and I think that if we can step by step let our sport be known. I don't know about your countries, but in Italy gliding is considered an elite sport. They all think that you can fly only if you have money, which is not true, because our membership in this club is 1,500 euro, and with this you can use all the gliders of the club. The only cost that you have to face more is the tow. So if you want to go skiing and you just buy everything to go skiing, and when you buy the ticket to, I don't know at your, in the United States or in Canada, but here in Europe it's very expensive. You can spend more than 50 euro for one day.
It's more than $100 for one day.
Well, ski is also elite sport.
It's considered elite, but more and more people do it all the time. Even
No, there are
kids.
many people that ski.
Yeah, more than
Yeah, more than pilots, glider pilots. And when they understand that gliding is not an elite sport, but can be done by anyone. And another thing that I think that in Italy we do not have a very high aeronautical culture. So people think that buying a motorcycle when their kids are 14 is less dangerous than letting them fly, which is not true. So, and I think that this is one of the main reasons why. And again, in Italy we are not, I think that all over Italy we are 3,500. I know that in Germany you are 35,000. I don't know in the United States, how many are you?
14,000.
40,000? 14.
Smaller.
Percentage-wise.
And maybe only 100 or 200 active women in the whole
Well,
United States.
active, yeah.
Active.
Women in Italy, very few. I would say 20 maximum.
That fly all the time. Yeah.
Fly all the time, even less. but also glider pilots are decreasing because paragliders, hang gliders, it's much cheaper to get, so there's no license really, and it's cheaper, it gives you more freedom, and so we are working hard. And I think that what they did, what the Federation did in order to develop this is something very nice, because it's something that involves you. Just their aim is the one to have a Grand Prix on television, exactly as we have a Formula One Grand Prix. I think we are a bit far, but we are working on it.
So when they were doing the live streaming, I would be able to go online and watch the blue line and the red line and the yellow line.
Yes, I show you.
Identify who those pilots
Oh
were.
yeah, I'm glued to the screen when the Grand Prix is running.
Yeah.
And I worry with them when they go into
And
valleys.
gaggles?
And, oh yeah.
Yeah, I probably like
It's nerve-wracking to watch it.
There's a website that is completely devoted. This is the website. SGP series, now I don't know. France, Austria probably now. This is, non riesco a vedere le date. There will be a Grand Prix in UK.
Is it available afterwards to watch?
Yes, everything is on it, yes. If you, for example, if you go to our, the qualifying Grand Prix we hosted this year, we had another Grand Prix in May, so there are some interviews.
Okay, good morning. Here from Varese Race 6. I'm here with Peter Hartmann leading the competition
Sembro
right
Paperino.
now. I would like to know some impression about the competition and your feelings about this last day.
The competition up to now.
You know him. He was flying with
quite
some of you.
difficult, actually. We had yesterday.
So just to
again,
say
a
this,
difficult task.
and you can have any,
The chief.
if you go here,
What's the website that we should
And
go to?
it's
today,
www.sgp, no, you go to www.sgp.aero.
Or they have their own?
Yep, it's like that.
That's where you get your S-Space 5, by the way. The S-Space 5 is in L2 formation.
What is it?
Romanian and
Yes, it's like that.
Then you can select which one you want.
This is the home page. Yes, SGP Aero. And you can follow anything here.
And it's live streaming.
Live streaming,
So
yes.
it's happening here. We have to get up in the middle of the night
Oh,
in
yeah.
America and watch it in the middle of the night. Yeah.
No, but you can also see it because,
The
yes,
next day or something.
Yes,
or just
yes.
go click on
No,
it.
but I watched the one in Chile and Tilo was flying.
yes.
And I was scared to death what he was doing.
But what time did you watch it? Was it live?
Oh, Chile was the same time we are.
Yes, but you also have all the competitions so that you can watch them again. I mean, it is not necessary that you wake up in the middle of the night. You do it if you want, but if you don't, in the following morning you can watch it recorded. Yeah.
And when Uli landed in New Zealand in the riverbed, I just had a heart attack.
So next one is in 2 weeks.
So next one is in UK.
UK.
Yeah, 9th of July. There's one in the United States.
Michigan.
Yeah. So this is easy for you to follow. 24th of July.
I saw you in that video. You were 2 years younger, or 3 years younger. Look how much you grew. Did you see yourself in that video? Does everyone know who this young man is?
Nope.
He's my grandchild.
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 Wow.
Yes.
Are you soaring?
Volley? Not yet.
Not
yet?
How old are you?
I'm 8 years old.
8?
8. Oh. Wow. You're a big boy. Yeah.
It's my big boy. I have 4 grandchildren.
Are they all this handsome?
Yeah, he's the oldest. Okay. And yet, yes?
One last question. What advice would you give to the next Grand Prix final or Grand Prix qualifier organizer?
Which advice?
Yeah, what advice?
I think that the advice is just the one to work with passion and things arrive. If you have passion on what you do, I don't think it is difficult to get what you want. Otherwise, it is very difficult. Because I must admit that from time to time, I was really exhausted and I was really very worried, even because I'm the president of the club and I absolutely did not want to lose not even 1 cent. And I wanted to give visibility, I wanted to have everyone happy, and I also wanted my members not to be angry. So I tried to involve them in the work that week we needed a lot of people to do. And this is only done if you have a high spirit of cohesion and you have a great passion. If you just think that you're a member and you've paid and you want to fly and and there are some members that are like that. So it was, I think that the advice is to try to keep the best from everybody that can give you and go on with a strong passion.
I noticed that advertising was a very high cost. Like it was 20-something thousand. Was it worth it? Do you consider?
Yes. The sponsors that I had promised, like the main sponsor, Open Job, said that they were very interested in coming back with another very important. So this means that they were happy. Lint is always sponsoring me because they think that it is worth. And then I had a lot of much smaller sponsors because I went, in order to have this booklet with the program, I went to town, to the shops, and I asked them 200, 300 euro to have their advertisement in it. And then I left them some of the booklets so that they were, I printed 30,000 booklets that were distributed all over. So and I was very lucky because Expo was there at the time. And through Regione Lombardia, we were able to show the streaming, and so it was live at Expo, and we had a lot of videos running at Expo. So a lot of people came here, and I had, for example, a group of Chinese people that after watching that came here and stayed here for one day, and I let 40 people fly that day. And they were absolutely enthusiastic. So I think it is worth, especially with this organization in the back. So it is not something that is created last minute. It is something that already exists.
So, did you have any of the competition pilots come back?
Yes.
To fly here?
You know, this year we had a qualifying Grand Prix, and this made the difference with the previous Grand Prix. The maximum is 20 pilots. The previous year I had to ask a lot of Italian pilots, please come, because it's not nice to see that there are empty spaces. As soon as I opened the subscription, I had 25 pilots, and they were mostly foreign pilots. And I had to keep out 5 of them. And I had a lot of English people coming just because they had shown that they had watched, like Daniela. Yes, she watched the Grand Prix, and when she saw that the seminar was in Calcinate, she said, I have to go, because she was impressed by the place. So it's, anyway, it's, you have a really good return of image, and it is worldwide, so I think it is important.
So I have a follow-on question to that. So do you then expect that you'll be giving like training programs, you know, where pilots come in and learn to fly the
Yes, yes. I have already been asked, because in the past we usually hosted a lot of German people here. And then with the past council and the past board, they did not like that much, so they did not accept them, and the family was not very happy. So many Germans go to Alzate, which is the other area. But I have been asked by many, many people to come and train, so I'm sure that even this year it has already happened. We had people that asked to come, and they just come with their own gliders. They have to pay a fee for subscription to a bit more than you, because I wanted to have a discount for you. So it is usually 100, but you paid 60. So, and this is what they do, and they can be at the longest for 2 weeks. Otherwise, they have to make the end. Yes. Otherwise, it would be. Yeah, it's nice. And another thing that I brought from Bitterwasser, I don't know if you know, Bitterwasser is in Namibia, and there's a palm alley. When I came back from the palm alley, I don't know if you saw, there are roses just before the gate, and I made the rose alley. This because anytime someone flies a continental record or a 1000 from here, we put a rose. And last year I was given by the families of the competitors at the final, I was given a rose, and they said, we want to be in the Rose Alley with the Grand Prix.
Did you get a palm tree in Bitterwasser?
Not yet.
Not yet.
But it will come. Sooner or later.
Rose over there, isn't that from the one in Africa or world record?
No. The roses are only for flights that have started from here.
Oh, okay.
I have 2 roses here because I made 2 flights which are European records. Now they are the minimum performances now, because they have changed before having the continental records. So I flew FAI 100 triangle at 137 speed, and I have the longest flight over more than 3 points. It's 842 kilometers. And I'm waiting for my 1000 over the Alps.
But how many of you have driven out of that way over there really slow and looked at the roses.
Oh,
If you
it's
look down at the
beautiful.
base of the rose, you'll see the dedication and what they did. So her name is there and what she did, and so are other people's.
Yeah.
It's a very nice tradition that you
Yes,
started.
and Adele also, because Adele flew a world record from here many years ago. Of course, it is no more current, but it was an excellent flight. Okay.
Do you have the film from Klicks?
Don't think so.
Hexen im Aufwind or Witches in Updraft? Too bad, because that's a real nice film.
No, I don't. No, I don't have that film. And some of you yesterday asked for cross country. Yes, and so I think abbiamo see you.
Can we have a little break first?
Yes, of course. Yeah. I think you can have 15 minutes.
I think you can find that film now on YouTube. Hexen im Aufwind, so Witches in Updraft.
No, I would like to answer what you wanted to know about cross country.
No, I was just wondering if you
Yeah.
have that film.
I don't have it.
You don't
No.
have it.